So I just got out in November 2023, so I know what you're going through, and it's going to get better. I got a lot of closed doors. It's either I've been incarcerated or because in my past I had a good job, overqualified. Nothing was working for me. I was homeless for 2 months, and everything happens for a reason. Now, you might not understand at that moment, but as you start networking, you start meeting people and coming to events like this. This is my first time coming to this event, but I went to a lot of nonprofit organizations like Mass Liberation, PROP, Kind for Restoration. I'm here because of Kind for Restoration. I just started working with them because it's a good program. I also work now for Mass Liberation, and I'm a PROP fellow. So things will get better. My question is to the chief. What is it going to look like in terms of, or what kind of changes are going to be making into the facilities when it comes to the COs in the prisons being pro-inmate? After 9 years of incarceration, I didn't see that until the very last year, where I went to Chippewa, and I was being placed in a housing unit, and they told me that if I didn't like the housing, not to get in the fight, right? Don't take actions in your own hands. This is a pro-inmate facility. That was the first time and only time I've heard that. When I started going to college at Norfolk, I was never stopped by the COs. But once I had a laptop and they saw me going to college, I was getting stopped all the time. So those are major issues that I saw that I feel need to change. So do you know if that's going to continue to change, like Chippewa did, into other facilities?
I hope so. And we're making great efforts to change. And we are a very different system than it was when I came in 1990. Is it going to change everywhere? Probably not in my opinion. I think it depends on a lot of, you get what you receive. We have to set up the environment, and then we have to open it up and give some time, and then the folks that live in that environment, the respect goes both ways. I do see that in the real world. I mean, I have 7 custody facilities, and each one has a different personality. And I have one that's just fire camp inmates. And they were hand-selected, they're trained, the environment there, the relationship there between our custody officers and the incarcerated persons is very, very different than it is at Men's Central Jail. We have work to do as a profession, I grant. But there are so many drawbacks, there are so many factors that lead into that relationship, and it goes both ways. One of the things I struggle with is we're hampered by physical plant. If you go to work in a dungeon, it looks like, we've heard, I'm sure you have all read articles about Men's Central Jail. Some are exaggerated, but the environment is horrible. I'll admit it. And it's really hard to really change the world when you're in that environment. It is my greatest hope that we modernize the actual physical plant and start over in this county with new hope and new outlooks on what can be, so that we have program space, so that I can say to a group like this, hey, we're ready and we have space and we want to expand what we're doing. Our South facility is not as great as fire camp, but it's an open campus, and there's practically no uses of force. There's very little inmate-on-inmate violence. It's because people like to be there when the alternative, there's an alternative. So yes, I think we'll get there. I have definitely seen the professionalism of our custody division evolve over the last decade. I will fully admit we have work to do, but I am truly proud of the changes that we've made. And I just hope that we can, I would love it if we didn't have a need for jails. If we didn't have any, I'd be the happiest person in the world. We want safe communities. If we don't need them, great. But if we have to have them, let's have facilities that are conducive to change and to hope and to collaboration, and not what we have. I hope that answers your question. The other